Many years ago, on the banks of the great river Bakassi, there existed a small village called La. Life thrived around its golden crops and hard-working people. Known far and wide, La's soil produced the richest harvest, drawing traders from distant lands to its bustling markets. But beyond its bounty of crops, La was famed for something else: the unmatched beauty of its women. Now, among these young maidens, one captured the hearts of all. Her name was Makamba. Tall, dark-skinned, long-haired, with mesmerizing blue eyes, and a figure that left men in awe. Makamba was a vision of beauty, but her beauty wasn't just physical. It was a force, for every man desired her. Her beauty made her peers envious, and her suitors desperate. Yet, Makamba was elusive. No man in the village had captured her heart, and many wondered if any ever could. One of the most determined of her admirers was Dada, La's farming commander. While his influence was undeniable, his appearance was far from charming. With a soft face and a heart hardened by rejection, Dada's affection for Makamba ran deep. Though he wielded influence as the one who oversaw the village's fields, he was no fool. He knew that with his looks, Makamba would never choose him willingly. Her beauty, he believed, was wasted on men more handsome and charming. And so bitterness consumed him, until one day, he made a promise to himself: no man will have Makamba unless it is me. In the neighboring village of Isa, Dada had a close friend named Biu, a prince whose reputation preceded him. Unlike Dada, Biu had no trouble attracting women. Handsome, wealthy, and proud, every maiden in the region dreamed of becoming his wife, including Makamba. She had heard of his charm, and in her heart, she fantasized about the day their paths would cross. And though she never admitted it aloud, she had even dreamt of him. One evening, under the soft glow of the moon, Dada confided in Biu about his obsession with Makamba. "I will have her," Dada muttered, his fist clenched in frustration. "I don't care what it takes." Biu smirked, his dark eyes glinting. "Makamba, you think you're the only one who wants her?" Dada stiffened, sensing a change in his friend. But Biu said nothing more, letting the tension hang between them. From that moment, Biu began plotting, not to help Dada, but to claim Makamba for himself. Days later, Biu approached Dada with a proposal. He would lease a portion of La's fertile land to him for an outrageous sum: 100 cowries, a keg of palm wine, and a goat. Dada, blinded by greed and desperation for influence, agreed. On the day of the transaction, Biu insisted Dada come to Isa for the payment. It was a trap, but Dada, too eager to question, set out for Isa. The deal went smoothly, but on his way back to La, Dada was ambushed by masked men. The cowries, the wine, the goods, all stolen. Humiliated and in despair, Dada returned to the village empty-handed. Now, the village council was furious. Without the payment, the land could not be leased. In desperation, they reached out to Biu, pleading for leniency. And that's when Biu made his demand. "Give me Makamba," Biu said, his voice dripping with triumph. In exchange for the lost payment, I want her hand in marriage. When the council informed Dada of the terms, he was livid. His chest burned with betrayal, but he hid his rage beneath a mask of calm. Inside, he was plotting his revenge. The marriage rites were hastily performed, and Makamba, unaware of the scheme surrounding her, was sent to Isa to marry Biu. But Dada was not done with her. In the dead of the night, before Makamba left La, Dada approached her, casting a dark spell. With a single touch of her hair, Makamba's heart would belong to him, whether she wanted it or not. And so, it was done. In Isa, Makamba tried to settle into her new life, but something felt wrong. Though Biu was charming and handsome, her thoughts drifted to Dada, each time more uncontrollably than the last. The spell was working, twisting her emotions, making her feel things that didn't make sense. Meanwhile, Biu, sensing the power of her beauty and the attention it drew from other men, grew insecure. He was no fool. He knew others would try to take what he believed was his, and so he cast a spell of his own. If she ever lies with another man, Biu muttered, his voice dark with jealousy, their genitals will be bound together until I return to freedom. The night of the harvest festival arrived, and Biu journeyed to a neighboring village, leaving Makamba behind. Seizing the opportunity, Dada snuck into Biu's home, under the cover of darkness. His heart raced as he approached Makamba. She looked up, her eyes wide, and without hesitation, she pulled him towards her. But the moment the genitals touched, the spell took hold. A scream tore through the air as they found themselves stuck, glued together, in agony. The pain was unbearable. Their cries echoed through the village, drawing a horrified crowd. When Biu returned, his fury knew no bounds. He had been humiliated in the worst way. The once proud prince was inconsolable. The village elders summoned their voodoo priest, who broke the spell, but the damage was done. Biu banished both Makamba and Dada from both villages, casting them out in disgrace. As the spell lifted, Makamba's mind cleared. She realized what she had felt for Dada was never love. It was an illusion, a curse. Betrayed by both men, she was left with nothing but her own shattered heart. Dada had won nothing. Biu had lost everything. And Makamba, the prize the both fought for, was finally free. But at what cost? Who was truly the victim in this twisted tale of love, betrayal, and magic?